Hey guys, it's your boy Daimpo. Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's doing well, and today we are back with some more Arena Breakout Infinite content. In particular, we'll be continuing with our gun review series. So far we've done the AKM, we've done the TO3, we've done the SJ. So next up, we're gonna be moving on to none other than the H4. This is what I assume to be the best gun in the game. Now, before we get started though, guys, our friends over at the official Oceanic server are doing a huge giveaway up to $250 worth of stuff. So the giveaway will trigger once there is 1,000 members. They're so close to hitting 1,000 members. If you are from the Oceanic server, if you do need some people to play with, go and give them a check them out. And the guy that owns it is really chilled as well. You would have seen him playing with all the biggest streamers. So I'll leave a link in the description below. Now, without further ado, let's get started with our gun review here. So, I mean, this gun needs no introduction. This is a high-end gun, but this is kind of like a if you've seen Two-Face from Batman, right? Now, why is this like a Two-Face? Because this gun comes obviously with different barrels and different attachments. Today we're going to be discussing a long barrel H4 because a short barrel H4, it's a poor man's H4, it's not a real H4. It does not perform the same way this does, the damage output's lower as well. If you're going to spend the money, you want to kit it out and make sure it's a great H4. This is the build that you've seen me run on most of my streams. I run it on Forbidden TV Station, I run on Forbidden Armory. It is disgusting. It is crazy how good this build is. The fact that you have no muzzle brake, right? Like there's nothing. And the fact that it's got like 75 horizontal recoil, which means your spread of your ammo, it's so tightly knit together, even at long range, just makes it an absolute demon of a weapon. But nonetheless, we're going to adhere to the 4 categories that we usually would. So category number 1, how versatile the weapon itself is in terms of attachments and price point, of course. Second, we'll talk about the fire rate, firing power, and range. Third, obviously, we're going to discuss the ammo that it fires because it does talk a lot about the gun. You can have the nice gun in the game. If it has the worst ammo, then that's a bit of a problem. And last but not least, of course, whether this is a normal, lockdown, or forbidden gun. And of course, all these 4 categories are essentially scored out of 10. We'll then amalgamate that score, and then we're going to divide it by 4, and then that will give us the final score. So let's discuss about H4 and the price point. So you can get one of these bad boys from a contact.
Listen here.
And just quickly check the reset here. Absolutely shafted as always. So you can get one of these from the contacts, and it'll set you back 3 film stocks, 3 playing cards, 276k. If you were to go and build this at this point in time, it'll cost you how much? I have a lot of 326. So you're better off buying it from the vendor. However, I would advise you just straight up build it from here because half the attachments that come from the vendor are fucking rubbish anyway. So you can run that, save yourself some money, even though this is not the gun that you save money on, but it more than does the job. Here I go for where is it? Where is it? The stock, which is the precision stock. Why? Because it's got good stats, and now it costs how much does it cost now for a precision stock? 34,000, right? And it's only a little bit worse off when it comes to the carbine stock. How much worse off is it by 2 and 4 recoil? So, but a carbine stock will set you back at this point in time 55 plus 15, that's about 70k. So 70k versus 30k, up to you whether you think that's worth the recoil or not. For some people it is. For me particularly not, because it is obviously marginal. This gun has no recoil, so speak of. But you want to go for the extended barrel because you get extra damage on it, you get extra range on it as well. You can jump into the firing range, which we'll do shortly, and I'll show you the difference in damage as well. Yeah, here you want to go on for the extended. You want to get a nice little gas block there. You can run for the compact, which will give you 8 and 9. I would go for the tilt personally, Why? Because the tilt gives you that horizontal, and I think horizontal obviously is hard to control. Vertical recoil you can control. So that's entirely up to you. And I also prefer to go silent. This silencer, they'll give you better stats. Will give you +3 and +5. This one here will give you +2, +4. But it looks cooler, and you can make it gold. So that's why I run it. But obviously my H4 is not maxed out, but it doesn't really need to be given how good this gun is. And of course I run a simple red dot. So this whole build will cost you what? Let me see. So from scratch, 600k, and then you add the magazine on, which like I run 100k mag. I top load, 60 995s with like 40 bottom loaded 855A1s in case you need to just spray some more. And this is it, and it'll set you back about 700k. So as you can see, highly versatile, loads and loads and loads of attachments, like loads of attachments. If you wanted to do a poor man's H4, you can, and you can get probably like decent stats from it too. I mean, I would go down this road. You can go for like just a normal precision stock there, and this will set you back what? I mean, even if you want to call it poor man's H4, so 700k versus 355. So obviously massive drop, massive drop from 700 to 355. It's not counting the mag because I have one in my inventory, but that's definitely a decent drop, right? Like a decent chunk, because you are saving money on some like stuff like the extended handguard here. So as I said, very versatile, and that one there will perform probably as good as the other one, but it's loud. So that's one thing to note there. So in terms of how customizable this gun is, it's an AR platform. It's 10 out of 10. I mean, there's no doubt there. It's just no recoil, crazy good, crazy good. And I think most of you guys have seen it in action anyway. Okay, it needs no introduction, this gun. Now let's discuss about firing power and all that wild and beautiful stuff. So if we have a look at my build here, you will see that it's got high firing power, medium noise suppression, 900 RPM, 910 muzzle velocity, which is one of the highest in the game, 52 effective range. So what does that allow you to do is you can run this with thermals. Like I run this with a thermal scope on farm, and I beam people across the map. Yes, you have to put a lot of rounds into them, but it is just that good to the point where it doesn't really matter. Like it's at 900 RPM, you can send rounds downrange at a very narrow sort of spot. And I'll show you how that looks like, right? It's just, the gun works, man. Like it's got no downsides whatsoever. It's a gun that has no downside. Like there's not one downside to it. There just isn't. It's as perfect as it gets. I'm missing like a grip on this one, and see if I can pull my one out of storage. And I'll put some 995s on it as well. Do we have 995s on it? Yeah, we do. We do got some 995s on it. So only that's not my gun. That's my gun here with the horizontal grip. As you can see, like there's not much spread on it at all. Not much horizontal recoil either. It's a laser beam. Fires 995s. And just melts T6s. Highly maneuverable. You get good ergonomics on it. As I said, there's no downside to this gun, except for the price point, but it is an endgame weapon, and now everyone's rich enough in the game to run this gun, so giving it like range and all that stuff, like 52 effective range is great. It's one of the highest on the AR. Dude, I cannot score this lower than 9.5 in this category. If it had a little bit higher range, it would have been even better, given how long the gun itself is. But yeah, it's like 9.5 in this category. High firing power, high fire rate, decent range. You can run it with thermals, you can run it with T7s. The only way this gun will be better is if you shot like red ammo at this point. And that brings us to discussing the ammo itself, so which is category number 3. Guys, 995, right? The most widely accessed ammo in the game. You can get it as cheap as 4.1 thousand. I snipe it, I trade it, I sell a lot of 995. So if you look at my sell history here, I sell a lot of 995s. I make a lot of money selling 995s. I know how to trade it. We have trade guides in the Discord, which I will leave a link in the Discord section. I'm sorry, comment section below. So 905, 5.7. Stick around. I will show you. Like, come join me on stream. I'll show you how to trade them. I'll pick them up at 4,000 to 4.1 thousand. Makes this gun a no-brainer at that price point. A1s have gotten a little bit expensive as of late. And the reason for that is just people use it because it's a good ammo. People use it. Same just how the 545 have gone up in price because the AK-12 is absolute beast, right? So it's still a lot cheaper than the BP ammo. So no-brainer. Ammo is 10 out of 10. Very accessible. Good caliber. Good for mid to short range. You can make it work at long range with thermal scope, obviously to a degree. But once again, ammo, the fact that it just doesn't have right ammo, I can't give it 10 out of 10. But I would still give it a 9 out of 10 in this section here. So 10 out of 10 for accessibility, 9.5 out of 10 for like the stats on it, 9 out of 10 for the ammo itself. And is this a gun that will sort of do normals, lockdown, or forbidden? It can do it all, guys. I mean, it can do it all. The gun can. It's obviously designed. It's geared towards end gameplay because obviously the price point, but also the performance. So let's just be real here and be honest. Like, it's a 10 out of 10. It covers all three modes, covers them flawlessly. So if we were to sort of average this gun out, so he scored 10 in the first category, 9.5 in the second, 9 in the ammo, and 10, this will be a 9.5 out of 10. A solid 9.5 out of 10, or should I say 9.6 average. It's as close as you're going to get to the perfect weapon in the game. There's no gun in the game that is 10 out of 10. Like, it's just not. There is no gun that's 10 out of 10 because they're all good at something and bad at something else. But this is as close as it gets to 10 out of 10. And holy moly, is it worth it? I'll leave you my build in the comment section below. I've given it to a couple of mates on stream. They absolutely love it. The gun just polishes. It deletes people. Anyways, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. Let me know whether or not you want me to continue with this series, whether you find it helpful or you enjoy it. And I hope to catch you guys in the next video. Peace.